Ich kann Deutsch sprechen, aber nicht gut genug, einen Vortrag zu halten. So, if you excuse me, I will have to change into English. I hope I will not disappoint you, because I've decided not to treat you as idiots, which means I will really like to develop a coherent line of thought. But since we are in Vienna, let me begin by, of course, a reference to Freud, to psychoanalysis. I want to begin by destroying, or criticizing at least, a certain commonplace about psychoanalytic treatment. According to this commonplace, psychoanalysis has a double goal. First, to release us from suffering, and second goal, to bring about our self-knowledge by making part of our unconscious accessible to consciousness. These two dimensions are, of course, connected. We suffer precisely because we don't really know ourselves. Or, as the old Platonic and Gnostic formula says, suffering is caused by our ignorance. Now, I reject this view totally. Why? In a recently published interview with Paul Holdengräber, Adam Phillips, the British psychoanalyst, said, a quote, "Analysts are people," psychoanalysts, of course, "who don't speak on the patient's behalf. They don't speak for someone, unlike parents, teachers, doctors, and politicians. Analysis should do two things that are linked together. It should be about the recovery of appetite and the need not to know yourself. Symptoms are forms of self-knowledge. When you think, I'm agoraphobic, I'm a shy person, whatever it may be, these are forms of self-knowledge. What psychoanalysis at its best does is to cure you of your self-knowledge and of your wish to know yourself in that coherent narrative way. You can only recover your appetite if you can allow yourself to be unknown to yourself." End of quote. Now, this point is crucial. Psychoanalysis does not aim at replacing the false, distorted, ciphered self-knowledge with the real one, so that instead of confused symptoms, you immediately become aware of what you really are or want. It aims at getting rid of this very need for self-knowledge, at enabling the patient to act without self-knowledge. Now, an immediate critical reproach: does this not bring us back to the ancient platitude or wisdom? Just do it, don't think about it. I think no. Why? Here I would again like to refer to Adam Phillips, to the second point he makes about suffering. Again, a quote from Phillips' interview. "Patients come because they are suffering from something. They want that suffering to be alleviated. Ideally, in the process of doing analysis, they might find their suffering is alleviated or modified. But also, they might discover that there are more important things than to alleviate one's suffering." Here, Phillips is interrupted by the guy who did this interview, Paul Holdengräber, who says, "Do you feel in some way that you have failed when a patient leaves your office feeling better?" The answer of Adam Phillips: "I don't think the project is to make people feel better, nor is it to make people feel worse. It's not to make them feel anything. It's simply to allow them to see what it is they do feel." End of quote. And I think this is a wonderful point. Every authentic psychoanalyst, when at the end of the psychoanalytic session, when he sees that the patient feels much better, is full of joy and so on, optimism, he must be horrified. Like, what did I do wrong?